Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, the 16th of May, which means that we are halfway through the month. We're halfway there, as Gina said to Tommy. Or did Tommy say that to Gina? No, Gina said that to Tommy. I should know this. I am a bit of a Bon Jovi fan and was an absolute fanatic as a teenager. A fanatical Bon Jovi fan. Anyway, so we're halfway there. And as you can see, I'm just finishing up this section of our blanket here. And then I'm going to move, once these last few stitches are in place, I will be moving, if I could see where I'm going, I will be moving the fabric over and starting on the next portion of the blanket. So if I just get out my chart here, this here is a section that we're on at the moment, so finishing this up, and then this section I'm going to move on to this evening, or maybe even this afternoon, but I think it'll be this evening. And then there's just this little bit running down her back. So in an ideal world, I would get this and this finished by tomorrow evening, and then Monday I would move on to the tree. Now I have just been looking at the tree. I don't know if it's going to be clear to you, but I actually think, and I haven't checked this, I think some of these stitches in the tree might be half stitches, but I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that. I don't know why. I think they are, and that would just make things go a little bit quicker if they were. So yes, blanket finished hopefully by tomorrow. Onto the tree and the branches and all the little blossoms. I think the blossoms are going to really hold things up because there's so many kind of confetti stitches splattered all over these blossoms. I'm not sure if we're going to be using any speciality threads. I'm not sure if there is metallics in these blossoms. I think the metallics are just in these sort of magenta bits here, whatever these are. And then the wings. So yes, that's the plan. But for now, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go into town and do some shopping, and I will see you this evening. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning. I think the last time I spoke to you was Saturday morning, and I did not in any way expect there to be such a gap. But basically, long story short, what happened was Saturday I went out for a little while to do some shopping, and I had to buy a birthday card for a friend, and came home with a terrible headache that I just could not shake. So that was basically Saturday written off. And then yesterday, which was Sunday, I was away for most of the day, and then when I came home, I was just absolutely exhausted and basically just went straight to bed. No dinner, no anything, just straight to bed. So that was Sunday. So 2 days basically written off, which is not ideal when we're already a little bit behind. So at this point on my plan, I had hoped to have the blanket finished and the tree and the branches finished. So that obviously hasn't happened. I'm still on the blanket. I am, however, hoping to get some stitching in this evening. I've been quite strategic and planned a very simple dinner, a very quick dinner, more so than simple. So I'm hoping that once my kind of work day is finished, although I do have to go into town for a little while, but I'm hoping that I will be able to just make a really quick dinner, clean up really quickly, and then get into some stitching. Hopefully. So I do apologise, there will be no videos for day I guess 16 and 17, but I'm hoping that will not happen again, and thank you for your patience. Good evening, everyone. It is the end of Monday night. I am just about to go to bed, and I'm just putting in a few final stitches before I do so. So as you can see, this is the kind of right hand kind of sash of the blanket. It's the last big portion of the blanket, and although I haven't finished it completely. I mean, there's still more down here, there's a little bit here. These stitches here, actually, most of those won't be stitched at the minute because they're actually a blossom from the tree that's kind of overlapping the blanket. So they'll be left empty for a while. So yeah, these ones and these ones to finish, and then just a little bit here at the top. I'm just going to have to move down the fabric in order to finish those, and then we're done. And then there's then there's just the little part of the blanket then on the other side, the part that we skipped the last time. So that's really it. Obviously, because I had 2 days of pretty much no stitching, just an hour on Saturday, I am behind my kind of schedule. So as you can see, I had hoped to finish the blanket. Okay, well, I knew I wasn't going to do that on Friday, but I'd hoped to do it on Sunday, and then start the tree, and then, you know, start the skin and the hair. And obviously it's all been pushed now. However, I think I'm actually going to not do the tree because I don't have the picture to show you, but basically all the blossoms are overlapping everything else. So I think it makes more sense to leave those blossoms until the end, but I will do the trunk of the tree. However, that's not going to take long. And then the skin and the hair, I would say, will take maybe 1 day each, or we could say 3 days for both of those sections. I still think we're going to catch up. I still think by Sunday, next Sunday, I will have finished the hair and the skin and of course the blanket, and then have most of the tree done, just not those blossoms. And then we can get into the wings, and that's all the speciality thread in the back stitch and the beading, if fingers crossed the beads arrive. So it looks bad in terms of how far behind I am, but I actually don't think it's as bad as it seems, because I do think that the hair and the skin can be condensed. So that's where we are for tonight. Once again, I'm so sorry there were no updates of the weekend, but we will be, please God, back on track from tomorrow. So for now, good night, and I will see you tomorrow.